What if I told you that forgiveness isn't something you have to force, but something that happens naturally when you see the truth? Most people struggle with forgiveness because they think it's about excusing the past. I want to pull from A Course in Miracles today with this topic because it's very powerful and it really helps us better understand what forgiveness actually is. And real forgiveness isn't about what happened. It's about waking up from the illusion that anything real was never harmed. So the first part I want to talk about is why we struggle to forgive. The reason forgiveness feels hard is because we believe the world's version of it, which is a dumbed down, ineffective way of what forgiveness truly means and how to apply it. So the world says that someone hurt me and I have to now let it go. In A Course in Miracles, it teaches that forgiveness isn't about letting go of real hurt. It's about realizing the hurt was never real to begin with. So just an example here. Think about a dream you had with someone who betrayed you. You were hurt by someone in this dream or something had happened and you woke up feeling hurt, upset, angry. But once you realized it was just a dream, do you feel you need to work on forgiving them? No, of course not. That would be silly because it was never real. It was just a dream. So forgiveness is simply recognizing that what you thought happened never really happened in reality. That may seem like a lofty perception or something that isn't going to be applicable, or that, well, I'm supposed to now look at the world as unreal and everything is illusion and this and that. Well, yes, in truth, that is true. This world is an illusion. It's a projection of our own ego. Another example here, just in my own personal life, on seeing people for who they truly are, seeing them beyond the ego, beyond their personal sense of self. I had an experience just this past week, which this is applicable to this topic today. There's this man that worked at this company that I work at, and he was actually sent to jail for reasons I'm not entirely sure. But what I do know is that he stole from the company. I don't believe this is what sent him to jail, but he stole from this company. And he's now back working there. And I saw him at work, and immediately I had this judgment of him. He's a bad person. How could he do that? He shouldn't be here. He should be fired immediately. He was stealing from the company and now he's here. I had this kind of judgment and resentment towards this person. And what it did is that it made me feel resentful. It made me feel heavy, like I had a burden on me, or I was angry and upset. And it kind of, in some sense, disturbed my inner peace because now he was there and now I was angry. So what the Course in Miracles is teaching, what spiritual awakening is trying to show us, is that who they are is beyond the personal sense of self, is beyond the ego. Who they are is holy, sacred, eternally at peace, one with us and one with God. They are that essence that's within. Their ego is covering up who they truly are. And they are, well, this person's definitely operating from a sense of ego. So he's doing things that are egoic, that are causing him harm and distress. But when I chose to see him for who he truly is, beyond the illusion of the person, because the ego is the person. When I chose to see beyond that and I looked to the truth in him, I know that he's holy, he's sacred, he's eternally at peace, he's connected to all of us, he's good in his essence, he's good. The resentment, this burden that I felt, gone immediately. It diminished because I chose to see in the perception of truth. I chose to see the truth in him. And I didn't have to work hard to do that. It was just a switch in perception. It was easy, and I felt better. So the next part I want to talk about is what forgiveness actually is. So in A Course in Miracles, again, we're pulling from that today for this video, says that the world we see is an illusion, our projection, our ego's projection. When someone hurts us, it's like a mirror reflecting our own unconscious guilt. Forgiveness, again, is not about excusing bad behavior. It's about seeing through the illusion that anyone could ever truly harm you. So again, just in my own example, when I condemned him in my own mind and judged him in my own mind, it reflected back to me, which made me feel negative. But if I were to choose, which I did, I decided to choose, you know what? I want to see him beyond his mistakes. I want to see him for who he truly is beyond the ego, which is equal to me, which is holy and sacred. What that did was gave me a positive emotional response. It made me feel good within myself. I didn't have anything negative towards him. I accepted him for who he truly is, not what he did, but for who he is underneath the ego. And that ultimately is what forgiveness actually means. It's not about me condoning his behavior, saying, oh, it's okay, you can do whatever you want. It's about seeing the truth in him, which in return makes me free of the burden of this judgment that I may have had through my own ego onto him, which is, again, a projection of my ego. The Course quotes, "Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred." So again, the ego wants to hold on to grievances. It wants to keep us separate. That's what the ego does. But when you forgive, when you see truth in that person, you collapse the illusion of separation and remember that you and the other person are one. The next part I want to talk about is how to forgive effortlessly, because it is effortless. How amazing is that? You can finally be free of this burden of resentment towards other people. So the first step in this is recognize that you're seeing an illusion with that person. Instead of saying this person hurt me or this person did something wrong, ask yourself, what part of me is seeing this as real? Shift your perception from judgment to awareness. Step 2, remember to see them in truth. That's it. Because we forget easily, but when we remember, we bring ourselves back to truth. And you really have to commit to that with relationships and with people. Because, again, you can't get away from people. We live in a world that is relational. We have a partner, we have families, we have friends, we have coworkers. Unless you lock yourself in a cave for the rest of your life, you're going to have to interact with people. And the only way to do this effectively, to have wholesome, healthy relationships, is you really need to understand these concepts that I'm talking about in this video. Otherwise, you're just going to be entrapped and engulfed in your own ego, and you're constantly going to be feeling negative towards people. So step 2, again, remember to see the truth in them even when you forget. Bring yourself back to that higher perception. Bring yourself back to truth. In step 3, remember their innocence and yours too. The Course teaches that no one is truly guilty. We all act out of fear and forgetfulness. When you see beyond the ego's illusion, forgiveness happens automatically. Now, I want to take you quickly just through a very short guided meditation, and I want you to close your eyes. So go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you now to picture in your mind someone who you're having a difficult time with, someone who you want to forgive or you feel you need to forgive, but you're struggling with that person. You've had difficulties with this individual in the past, or you worry about maybe there will be another time where you have a difficulty with this person, but just for now, close your eyes and I want you to picture that person right now, and you should know exactly who that person is. Now I want you to see the light in them and understand that who they truly are is beyond that person who you've interacted with. And who they truly are is that light within, is that holy, sacred awareness, that holy, sacred presence within themselves. And that is them. And you are one with them. And now say to yourself, you are innocent and so am I. Feel the weight of the grievance lifting because it was never real. And you can go ahead and open your eyes now. So I want to close just by saying that, forgiveness, again, isn't about something you have to struggle to let go or anything like that. It's about waking up to the truth And when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of the past, you naturally step into peace. So if this message resonates with you and you want to go deeper into spiritual awakening and presence, you can check out my one-to-one coaching at MikeWazorski.com. I would love to work one-on-one with you. Please like this video if this helped shift your perspective. If you found this helpful for you, please consider subscribing for more insights on spiritual awakening. And comment below, like, what's one insight you gained from today's teaching in this video? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.